Hello, Shannon.
Hi, this is Shannon Rose, the Rose Hollywood Report. Talk about your upcoming film. It's pronounced Philomena, Armenian.
Philomena. It's
Philomena,
a
yes.
woman's name. Philomena.
Philomena, yes. It's a Harvey Weinstein Company movie. Talk a little about this movie and what people are going to be looking forward to seeing when they come out to see it.
Yeah, Weinstein's bought it and they're distributing it. It's about a search for a son who was adopted 50 years ago. Judi Dench plays Philomena Lee, who went on this search for her son who was adopted, forcibly adopted by the Catholic Church in Ireland 50 years ago. And it's a true story. She went on this journey with Martin Sixsmith, the journalist, and I play Martin in the film, and Dame Judy plays Philomena, and it's really an odyssey about the two of us. We have to go to America because in Ireland in the 1950s they ran these mother and baby homes for mothers who had children out of wedlock, and it was a sort of very shameful thing back in those days. And really, what happened to Philomena was it was just a journey for her to find out what had happened to her son. So which led them to America, because many of the babies were adopted, well, actually sold to American couples if they were Catholic.
And Steve, how did you prepare for this role?
How did I prepare for the role?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I wrote, I optioned the book. I wrote the script. I optioned the book, and that Martin Sixsmith had written, and wrote the screenplay for it. And really, preparing for the role, well, I wrote it sort of for myself, and I did lots of interviews with Martin, the person I play. And really, that was my research. The writing the script was my preparation in a way, because the words I chose to say, and it was just a case of my great fear was acting opposite Judi Dench, which I was obviously slightly worried about because she's such an iconic figure. But
And talk a little about working for the Weinstein Company. You know, when you hear the Weinstein, you're thinking of excellence because of all the great movies they put out.
Oh, sure. There's no doubt about it. Harvey Weinstein will absolutely, and has already, ensured that this film has got the platform that it needs and deserves. And all the reviews have been pretty spectacular. But Harvey and his company always get behind films of a certain quality. You know, there's going to be a certain quality to them. They're not just part of the crank 'em out, pile 'em high studio films that there's always something of substance in his films. But he's very creative and inventive, certainly in getting them the airtime that they deserve.
And my last question for you is, what's coming up after this for you?
Well, I'm writing another screenplay. I have a comedy film that's being released in the US in May, and that's it.
Great. Well, thank you for joining us right here on the Rose Hollywood Report.
Thanks, Shannon.